This is video number 20 in the playlist devoted to 3D Experience CATIA Generative Shape Design application. I will be discussing the line in the form of point and direction. And when you go to Generative Shape Design and select the wireframe icon, wireframe tab, you have the opportunity to select the line icon right here. And when you do that, you get extensive selection options. We already did in video 19 the point to point. Now I'm going to do point and direction. Okay, I'm going to do point and direction. Let's go ahead and do some examples here. We're going to go to generative shape design, create a part file. The first thing I'm going to do, and you may, again, if you watch video 19, you have an idea, but first thing I'm going to do is to create two planes, as you'll see in a minute why. So plane offset from this plane. Let's say that one on the right side, then another one, again offset from here on the other side. So basically I created two planes here. And also on that vertical plane, I will sketch, I want a direction. So I'm going to draw a line like that to represent my direction. This can be any line, but it just happens to be convenient for me to do it like that. Okay, good. Now I'm going to create my points, my point. So we go to point. So let's say that I create a point kind of in between these two. Sure, why not? It's a point that I've created. It's somewhere there. You might say, did it have to be like the zero? No, I can make this thing, I don't know, also 20. Yeah, okay, fine. Now, click on the icon and select the point and direction. For the point, I'm going to select this point. There's only one point that I have. For the direction, is that arbitrary direction that I do here. So notice that a line has been created at the distance of, for example, we can change that offset, preview. So a line has been created here. Now, if you click on this arrow, it flips the direction where the line is created. Okay, that's number one. Notice that I didn't do anything about the support here. I will come back and talk about that thing later. And remember, this depends if you want to change the shape of the line, one direction to infinity, second direction to infinity, both direction to infinity, back to where it is. Now, so we know what this offset is. Incidentally, notice that right now it says 50. If I click on this, it'll also do 50 on the other side. Okay, this is essentially your mirror extent in CATIA. Now, you might say, okay, what's this? I didn't do anything with up to element. If you select this and you select this plane, what it does, it actually goes all the way to that plane. Okay, and you really have no choice of putting any offset here. Okay, or if you select this plane, it will go to the other direction. Okay, all right, good. Now, what about this point offset? Let me put this thing back back to back there. This offset, point offset, is when you add to it or subtract from it, it goes, that point end of the line is going to get like this. This was the point. When you add the offset, it went in the other direction. Or, in fact, if you double click on it and instead of offset, you select for default that plane, it will go all the way to that plane. These are things that you have already seen when we did point to point, but it's a good review. Now, the question is, what is this support going to do? Let's try. Comes to the issue of this support, point and direction, this support, it's not obvious what it is, but for an arbitrary direction. So let me go ahead and do an example. Okay, so I'm going to go create a surface here. So on that vertical plane, I will sketch. I'll draw a surface with a spline, for example, something like that. All right, exit, and then extrude it. Let me extrude this thing, for example, 200 so that we can see it better. Good. All right. And let me create a direction, arbitrary direction. Now, instead of creating points, what I can do is I can select this corner point and that corner point because I'm too lazy to go and create 2 points in space and connect them. So this is an arbitrary direction. Now, what I'm gonna do is create a point on that surface, a point on that surface, for example, this point. So what I have here is a surface, is a direction, and is a point on that surface. So now let's go create a line, point and direction. For the point, I select this point that's on the surface. For the direction, I select this arbitrary direction that I created. Now, right now, it's going to be just a line, straight line from this point in space. But if I select for the support, here's the support, see that? If I select for the support, the surface, look at what happened. It gave me this surface. Now, the question is, first of all, why did it start there? Because if you go to the line here, you can see that for some reason I had an offset from the previous uh, example that I did right there. So it goes from here along that surface, and it claims that it is kind of in that direction. If you look at this thing from the top, you see this, and it is in that direction that it's this line. This is not a line actually. This is a curve. You can see that it's a geodesic curve on that. But if you look at it from the top, you can interpret this thing as being parallel to that. Unfortunately, it is not uh, mm, described in the online documentation. Is what is the algorithm for getting this? Okay, uh, so it is. I'm just guessing. Incidentally, some of these things also you can figure out. For example, this offset business, you can see that you can offset it in one direction. Oh, where's that thing? You see for a second. Right there, you can see it's being offset in that direction. It's moving in that direction. But these are geodesic distances. Unfortunate, but I don't see any documentation about how this line is generated, except for the fact that if you look at naively from the top, you get the illusion that these are, in that direction. This is in that direction. I don't think so.